Welcome to Food Loves Tech. I'm Julie from the feedfeed, and I'm here with Linda all the way from Seattle. Linda, salty Seattle.
Super salty.
Super salty. And today we are making rainbow pasta. Show of hands, who has made pasta before? Oh.
Wow, we have some professionals in the crowd.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome because we will need your help. So just pro tip, you guys get your pinching technique on because you'll be up here helping us shortly.
So, Linda, tell us a little bit about your new cookbook that just came out.
So Pasta Pretty Please contains over 25 different colors of pasta dough alone, all made with vegetables, herbs, and superfoods. I really want to add juggling to my repertoire, but I haven't figured it out yet. But I feel like, you know, it would be a good thing.
Yep.
All of these colors that you see here come from the natural world. I know that your son is in the audience. He says he hates beets. We are going to get him to eat the red pasta, and he's gonna like it. Yep, calling you out, calling you out. So that one comes from beets.
Awesome. So why did you start making colorful pasta?
Well, much like you as well, I had a child who was very picky and did not want to eat his vegetables. And so I've been making pasta since I was 4 years old, at least once a week. And I decided I do this anyway. He only eats basically like refined white carbs.
Right.
I'm going to trick him. So the second you make Minecraft pasta for a 5-year-old,
they eat it all.
They're sold.
Yep.
Exactly. So it worked in my household, and it turns out that translates very well to other households. Picky
Awesome.
husbands, picky kids, you know, people who like color. It's very resonant.
Awesome. So if you guys don't already follow Linda on Instagram, she is Salty Seattle. I would highly recommend you check out her feed. It's amazing.
We have a lot of fun over on Instagram, and it is 90% of it is safe for work. The other 10%, you know, you guys are good with, right? Mm-hmm.
So
let's
tell
get
us about some of these other flavors. What other ingredients go into these, or should we actually quiz our audience?
I feel like we should quiz these guys. Oh, you think you know? I haven't met you yet. Come here. Come up here. What's your name? Cyrus? Cyrus? I feel like your hair needs a little something. Like, it's just, like, too brown. What do you think? Oh, Cyrus. Really? Really, we're going to do this? Dude. I'll get you. I'll get you. Okay, Cyrus, you wanted to be quizzed. What did red come from? I already talked about that one, so that one's an easy one. Beets? Yes. How about anybody know orange? You don't know orange. There's no way you know orange. You can't even pronounce the word. No, it's a spice paste from North Africa. That's this one. That's this one. Yep. It starts with an H. I mean, I don't expect anybody to know. It's harissa. Do you know what that is? It's basically like a pepper blend. So I would say, let's unwrap. Will you help me unwrap the balls?
Of course I can. I would love to help you unwrap these balls.
Okay. And you guys, pasta is a very tactile thing, and it is extremely important to understand the texture. So legitimately, if you want to know what your pasta dough should feel like, please feel free to come up and fondle these balls. In a very legitimate sense, because people often have problems troubleshooting what they're doing wrong with pasta, and texture is a big important thing.
And it's important, especially when you're using a mixer where you have a pasta attachment, because you need it to be the right
soft enough to actually be able to pull through.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
But you can also make pasta by hand. I think a lot of people might be intimidated by this KitchenAid with our sheeter attachment on there. And, you know, don't fret. You don't have to go out and buy an expensive mixer and get all the attachments.
All you need is a rolling pin. You can do all of this by hand. So let's see. We got to red and we got to orange. Yellow. What does yellow come from? Shout it out. You're a banana. Nope. Anybody know actual yellow? Okay, we're not going to eat that. Don't worry.
You guys already said it before. Yes.
Turmeric. Yes. Yes. And let's see. Red, orange, yellow. Okay. Green. Green is actually, I mean, it's easy because you can make green out of anything. Grass. It's like you live in Washington State where that's legal. No, nope, not actual grass. Though you could definitely make pasta out of grass. I don't know how it would taste. Parsley? Did you say parsley?
Broccoli.
Oh, okay. We're gonna pretend that you said parsley because then you would be right. And I feel like we should give you that today. I mean, you're not covered in flour yet, so you're having kind of a rough one. Yeah, so this particular green is parsley. I just like how brilliant the color is, like how vibrant and pretty. But you can make green pasta out of kale or spinach or, as we talked about yesterday, nettles.
Yeah, stinging nettles.
Anybody ever worked with nettles? Do you guys know what they are? You do? Have you harvested them?
They actually have them at Quail Hill Farm. You can go there, but you have to wear gloves. Have you ever picked stinging nettles? They can sting you.
You know
Yeah.
those thingies,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're painful. But the second you blanch them, does anybody know what the word blanch means? And by anybody, I know you guys all do. Does anyone in the front row know what blanching means? No? So blanching just means to boil something for a very short time. So the second you blanch stinging nettles, they lose their sting. And then they are very healthy and good for you, and they make pretty pasta.
Okay, so we've gone through red, yellow, orange, green. Did we talk about blue?
We haven't talked about blue. Does anyone who frequents bars often know what blue comes from? Because blue is a very hot ingredient in mixed olive. Oh, I feel like you are pre-prepped. It's a flower. What's the flower called? Violet? Wait, I didn't hear you. Come up. Come up. I can't hear you. What flower do you think it is?
It's butterfly.
Butterfly pea flower, yes. And so we're going to keep this PG 100%, but I will just tell you because it's an actual Latin name. The Latin name for butterfly pea flower is Clitoria ternatea because it bears a resemblance to something. Though I buy them dried, I don't buy them fresh. I've never seen what they look like fresh. And when you buy them dried and then you know that it's called clitoria and you bust it out, you're like, not mine. Maybe your grandma's. Hey,
Okay.
Facebook Live people. All right, let's start sheeting some pasta. So we're going to go through our pasta machine here. I have it on the widest setting. Maybe will you roll that one a little bit
Sure.
more for me? And we will start sheeting this nice and flat. So we're going to do all the colors at once, and I'm going to try my very best to keep them in rainbow order. You guys make sure I'm Roy G. Biving correctly here. Just keep it in your head. Red, orange, yellow, green.
Oh, you're good.
So you guys in the front row, what are the colors of the rainbow? Yes. And so when we grew up, all of us old mother truckers here, there were other colors in the rainbow. It was red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and that's where we got Roy G. Biv. But I have noticed that I think since the advent of the Instagram generation, the colors, we've simplified them. There are 6 colors in the rainbow now rather than 7, which makes my life easier because
You don't have to make one more dough.
Yes. And what really is the difference between indigo and violet? Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah. So now that we've sheeted the pasta through on this first setting, we're going to fold it together over onto itself like this. This is called lamination. And what lamination does with pasta is build up the sort of tensile strength of the pasta so you get that really nice al dente texture that is to be desired. Nobody wants soggy pasta. No.
It toughens it up, right?
What's that?
It toughens it up, the pasta.
Exactly, yeah. It makes it so that it has that little bit of a bite on the exterior, you know, like, and then the resistance, it gives way to a nice soft bite, but on the exterior it gives it just a little bit of texture.
Yep.
So normally you would laminate 3 times at a minimum with pasta. We're not going to waste your guys' time because I know you guys are so bored with this demonstration, aren't you? So we're making all of the colors here, 6 colors, and we are going to lay them against a base sheet of pasta. The base sheet of pasta is just eggs and flour. And in terms of getting all of these colors, people often think it's sorcery or, I don't know, they probably don't think it's rocket science because they've met me and they know that I wouldn't possibly be capable of that. In fact, it is the easiest thing in the world. You just puree the eggs with your color ingredient. So if it's parsley, you just puree eggs with parsley.
And when you say puree, you put it into a high-speed blender.
Yep. Put it into your high-speed blender, your Vitamix or your Blendtec, and go straight through, and you get all of these colors. Let's see.
And let's talk a little bit about eggs. You just mentioned eggs. How many chickens do you have at home and ducks?
So it turns out that when you start acquiring chickens, you wind up with this this habit called chicken hoarding, and there's a thing called chicken math. Chicken math is the phenomenon that involves buying so many chickens and not being able to admit how many chickens you actually own to other people. So I use sort of like generalizations.
Okay.
And I think currently there's about 30 chickens and about 10 ducks. But they're just so cute that I can't help but like want them. Yes. They're lovely.
So they are the source of eggs for all of the pasta that you make.
They're my egg source, yes, except for in the wintertime when they're just freeloading. They don't produce quite as many eggs, you know, and it's frustrating. But yeah, they are the source for all of this. So I feel like food waste is a really important issue in our world, and I feel like for me, everything comes full circle because they provide the eggs. If there's ever any pasta that we don't wind up eating for whatever reason, the chickens and ducks get it.
Awesome.
So I made Katy Perry's face out of pasta a few months ago. Her people got in touch with my people. Spoiler alert, I don't have people. And wanted me to make her face. And I made it, and I had touched it so many times that by the end of it, it was like no one was going to eat it.
Right.
And so I took Katy Perry out into the chicken yard and did a time-lapse video of my chickens like
eating her face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, I can't really post this because it's sort of mean, you know. But yeah.
Well, it's interesting. If chickens eat a lot of peppers, their yolks end up being
vibrant,
you
like
know, orange
yellow,
colored. So
yeah.
it'd be interesting if they eat a lot of the blue pasta, what kind of yolk color they might have.
Yeah, I've thought about going to that degree where you like exclusively feed them one thing, you know, but then
seems kind of mean.
Right. It has that like Kobe beef sort of vibe to it where you're like, I will lock you in a tiny cage and like,
you will only eat orange.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what is happening now.
So now we've gone a little bit thinner on our setting here on the Vitamix. And by thinner, I mean there are increments to these 2 barrels that are spinning. And so there are numbers that count down. Let's flour that one. And
so if you remember, we started on the widest setting, and every mixer has a different way. So in the way that you determine the widest setting, you can look from above and see when it's farther apart, and then, you know, move it back and forth. So start on the widest setting, and then you're going to make it smaller and smaller and smaller to thin out the sheets.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. So very shortly, we will need some audience participation because I don't think I can reach all the way out there. I think you're going to have to be a tall person, though, to do this, unfortunately. You feel tall. You're feeling tall. I feel like you are never going to have ego problems in your life, little darling. Okay. Red, orange, yellow. What goes next? Thank you. Is that right? Is that laid out right? What's wrong? Okay. So let's turn this, actually, let's make this just a teeny bit longer. We're going to cut all of these colors into pappardelle, into wide pasta strips. And we are going to use our handy dandy tool called a pasta bike. Julie, would you demonstrate for them what the pasta bike does? Just kind of. So this cool tool makes it so that you can cut squares or rectangles in a very regimented fashion out of pasta or pastry dough or all sorts of things. So I want to cut strips that are about that wide. And I'm going to start with my purple down here. So by the time I get to red, I will need somebody to jump out and help cut. So I'm going at this with a 45-degree angle, and I'm pressing kind of hard here and going across just like that, making sure that I cut. So same thing with the blue. And for anybody just joining us, all of these colors come from vegetables, herbs, and superfoods. Butterfly pea flowers, parsley. We actually never got to the purple.
No, we didn't. So any guesses? What do you guys think is in the purple? What makes it purple?
Did you say broccoli?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing? Nothing. There's nothing you can think of in the natural world that's purple. What?
Eggplant.
Eggplant? That's a really good guess. That's a really good guess. Nope, it's not eggplant. Okay, I can't reach them. Who wants to do this? Come on up. Here's the deal. You got to be, actually,
Chloe, help
so
us out.
hold it kind of firm and try to cut all the way through. Like, press it down. Yep.
There you go.
Now go across, but just press down a lot because you'll make our lives much easier. Oh, we don't have our water.
Yeah, we do. We have, our
Perfect.
brush. Actually, do we need to clean that a little bit? I will get a bowl of water right here.
Perfect. Ooh, yeah, it's very floury. Okay, so we're just going to use a little bit of water on this base sheet. Again, the base sheet was just literally eggs and flour to help our pappardelle to stick to it. And we'll start laying our rainbow strips. So you guys hold us to the color order so that we don't mess up.
So we're starting actually with red, which is up at the top.
Let's make our lives easier, and we'll go this way.
Okay.
Just because we have it here. Okay.
So you want to grab purple, I'll get blue.
Perfect. And we're laying the strips, right, in order like this, pulling it a little bit taut across the thing, and we're overlapping just so that we don't see any of that base sheet underneath. Oh, I did not do a good job on that at all.
Do you need the...
Yep.
There we
so
go.
if you use your pasta bike and it doesn't cut all the way through, you can just go back with a single cutter and make sure that you've got it.
So you said you started making pasta when you were 4 years old, and you've pretty much made pasta every day.
It was something that it really resonated with me and that I love, and so, thank you for getting our red. There is, pasta gets you through the hard times. There's just something very therapeutic,
yep.
And yes.
So do you eat pasta every day?
I eat a lot of pasta, and I travel a lot, and an interesting thing is that people always want to take me to their favorite pasta restaurant. I eat so much pasta that when I go out to dinner, I really prefer
Not
sushi, ahi poke, anything besides pasta. But yeah, I probably eat pasta 5 nights a week. And what that entails in terms of a life thing is just that you also have to run 4 half marathons a week too.
And have you spent any time in Italy?
Yes, I lived in Italy for a few years. I lived in Piemonte, and one of the famous pasta shapes in Piemonte, yellow,
We lost yellow.
Is Agnolotti, which is a filled pasta.
Yep.
And that is, I definitely I think honed my skills when I was there in terms of just learning the traditional methods. But the thing about pasta that I love is it's very forgiving, and you really can't mess it up. There's something that's just so, It's not like pie dough or pastry dough where
Right.
you're like,
Yeah,
oh
you can
no,
actually work
Yep.
with the dough. And
Yep.
actually, that was one thing that we were talking about yesterday is that, if it breaks, you just
Fold
push
it back
right-
up
yep,
and put it
roll it back
through
out
again.
And,
Yep.
And it's not, you don't have to worry about overworking the dough.
It's almost better if you overwork the dough because it builds that strength again. It gives it that nice like al dente quality. Let's
Okay.
see. So now I'm just
So how does
trimming
this
up
look?
the
What do you guys
edges.
think? Can you see?
Does it look like the rainbow? Yeah.
Okay. No, you're good.
Okay.
No, you didn't get
good.
me.
Okay. So now I'm going to use the rolling pin just to make sure that everything is nice and adhered. So all of those strips left on the counter, if I were at home, I would just wrap them up, re-roll them, and sheet them, and they make kind of a marbled rainbow that is really, really cool. Since we're here, I'm thinking we probably aren't going to do that, so maybe we just like do. Ha! I knew I would get you. You guys want some?
You can play with it.
We can't make a huge mess.
It's like slime.
It is. This is the beauty of pasta. One time I was doing a demo and I made a giant egg yolk raviolone that has a raw egg in it and about a half a cup of raw ricotta cheese. And somebody came up and there were about 1,000 people in the crowd, and so I couldn't say anything, but she put the entire raw egg yolk raviolone in her mouth.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't want to call her out,
Right.
but I was like, oh my God, like you need to sign a
guys,
liability
why
waiver.
don't you leave it in case we need a little bit more? Okay, this is going to be really fun to watch, guys. Look what Linda is doing.
This is the pretty part here. So we're going to pull our
Oops.
rainbow up,
We gotta
make sure
couple
that it's all affixed. Any areas where it isn't, just kind of press it back together.
Maybe like that. Oops, I think that top is a little bit,
Floppy.
yeah.
Let's just do a little flour. So if it's sticky, add flour. Again, the beauty of pasta is you really don't have to worry about messing it up because it's all going to come together when we put it back through the machine.
Okay.
So we're ready to go back on through. Let's go
So are
to
you
the-
going back to a wide setting?
The widest setting. You don't want to do all this work and accidentally put it on a narrow setting because if you do, you could tear your pasta sheet, which would be very disappointing.
Very
So.
disappointing. Do you teach any pasta classes in Seattle?
I do. I teach pasta workshops. I try to do at least 2 a month.
Uh-huh.
And they're a lot of fun. And they're for adults because let's face it, my potty mouth is just like, I'm just barely holding it together right now, you guys. I mean.
Do we want to put any water there, or it's okay?
We could, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to
Make it easier for ourselves.
forego
Yes.
purple in that instance. So we started on the widest setting. Now we're kind of feeling it, making sure that it isn't too sticky to go through the machine. A little bit more flour, and then I'm going to go to one more narrow setting,
Okay.
one increment at a time.
So we're just thinning it out. We're just making it much thinner.
And so we're going to go down to about the 3rd thinnest setting on the pasta machine, which is an average level of thickness. People often ask, how do you get the colors to hold when you boil it? Because when you boil it, there's just some natural color attrition.
Uh-huh.
And so the 2 tips that I have are to sheet it relatively thin,
Okay.
and then also to boil it within kind of a short time of making it.
Okay.
And the reason for that is then you have to boil it for like 30 seconds rather than 4 minutes.
Okay.
The longer you boil it, the more the color will fade.
Okay. But you don't have to boil it right away because some people are not ready to eat the pasta at that
Right.
time. And actually, how long does fresh pasta last?
I prefer to use it within 24 hours. Let's turn it over really quickly and just do a little bit of flour on the backside just to
Okay.
set ourselves up for total success here. And I prefer to use it within 24 hours. Again, the longer it holds, the more color attrition you will have if you care about the color. You can also freeze it, though, and if you freeze pasta, just freeze it in a single layer on a sheet pan before you put it into a freezer bag.
Okay.
And then go straight from the freezer into the boiling water. Okay, that's
Okay.
good. All right, we're
Are we
going to
good?
turn it over one. Actually, you know what? Let's upend it. We'll do
Okay.
just like this. Okay.
Do I need to meet you on the other side?
You know, I think that would be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Why
You need to
don't
go this
pull
way?
that
Yeah.
direction? Yeah. So we are probably going to need an audience volunteer at this point who
May.
I'm concerned that you guys might not be tall enough. You know what? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Perfect. And we could probably use one more person. Come on up, guys. Come on up.
One person, but you got to be careful
go
because
this
we
direction.
don't want to.
So somebody come over and stand by me right over here.
We're going back this way now.
Yep. Actually, let me cut that in just so we go through
How are we doing on the end?
successfully.
Yeah. It is cold. Okay. So you'll take it on your arm, okay, Chloe?
Use like the top of your, yeah, exactly, just like that.
The other way.
And then
Look
walk.
at me.
Nope, she's great.
Okay.
She's great. And then walk that direction. Perfect. Great job, guys. So we're going to go through one more time because we're not quite thin enough. And see, what we're trying to do here is feed straight through the pasta machine so that there's no bunching or tearing of our sheet. And we're doing a beautiful job. You guys, one more person over on this side, please. Over here. Yep. There we go.
Perfect.
It's literally a family affair. Okay, so I'm going to go back through one more time, and we're going to go this direction. So,
okay, so Cleo, you hang out here.
Yep.
And I'll hand it to you.
Okay. So I'm feeding straight through. And this is our last time through the
Actually,
machine.
Linda, we have a problem. Little too thin. Let's see if we can salvage this.
Yep. Oh, we can salvage it. You can salvage anything with pasta. So that is why it's really important to feed nice and straight, which we didn't do. But the beauty of pasta is it's all fixable.
So this is going to be really thin, so try not to put like your finger or your knuckle. Good idea.
It's a good idea to hold it like this with like the top of your, okay. I think we got this. Just make all that come through really quickly. Okay.
Perfect. We good?
Yep. We're ready to rock. There we go.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready, Cleo? Okay, wait
Perfect.
1 second. I'm going to keep walking.
You got to get your like mummy arms out.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Just keep walking.
Beautiful.
Keep walking.
Beautiful.
Perfect, May. Come around. You go next. Chloe.
And you can actually do this just by yourself, I promise. It's just more fun with people, right?
Okay.
So you guys hold on to
right?
that for just a minute. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be back in maybe 5:10.
Okay, perfect.
Are you guys
We're good.
cool? Or why don't we lay it across the front here so that everybody can help us make our little farfalle, our little butterflies, our bow ties that we're going to make. So just lay across the entire front counter there.
I've got to go the other way. I'm on the wrong side.
That is great. And you know what we can do? Let's cut it in half here.
Okay.
And so that we can pull
bring
that
this
back over
and
right
then
behind
Cleo,
it.
you guys bring that one down.
Yep, pull. You guys can pull
May,
that way.
Cleo.
I know there's a little bit of musical pasta happening here.
Musical arms.
I love this. I feel like I do have to go over there, but I love watching you guys over there so much that. Okay, so this is the point that everyone is welcome to come up and pinch farfalle. Let me cut it into its shape first and give you a demonstration on how the actual pinching happens. And then by everyone, I mean everyone even over the age of 13 as well. Okay, so I'm going to use the pasta bike again.
And actually, does everyone know what farfalle looks like? Do you guys know what that what does it look like?
Okay, what does it look like and what does it mean? It does, but what does it literally mean in Italian? Farfalle. Let's do musical.
Yeah.
What's that game? Pictionary? No, not Pictionary. Yeah. Butterfly. Give me a demonstration. Give me a demonstration of farfalle. What does it mean? Your butterfly is very majestic. I like it. Okay, everybody do a butterfly. Come on, do a butterfly. Yes. All right. So let's cut this. I'm going to go straight down across the sheet. You're going to be in my way a little bit, but
Stand back.
we'll make it happen. So these are our straight sides of our butterfly. And then, let me do this one too so that we can all get in on our pinching. 2, 3. We're going to cut the fluted edge as well because the butterfly has the wings portion. So, like that. And then,
Getting rid of that, okay.
What do you see?
He says, I see me.
I see me. Oh, he sees himself in the...
Pretty much.
Have you guys ever made butterfly farfalle? Oh, you made it last weekend.
You made it at the pasta demonstration? Yeah, it's a great one. So you don't even need water with this particular pasta dough. It has enough hydration that it will just come together. So I'm going to show you guys the technique. Let's see. It's right there.
Okay, you can zoom in on the fingers
Do
here.
that one right there. Do we have it? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. So my pointer finger goes in the middle. You guys know that this is the pointer finger, right? If you're over the age of a certain thing, we used to call this the index finger. And I just wrote a book, and my editor had to change every single 40-time use of the word index to pointer. And then her comment in the sidelines was, by the way, how old are you? So pointer finger in the middle, thumb in the bottom middle, and middle finger in the top middle. And then just in one fell swoop, I come together and make the pinch, just like that.
Okay.
That's okay. So you guys have the technique? And again, anybody is welcome to come up and pinch them. We want to get a beauty shot of these, so I expect your pinching to be perfect, and I expect your farfalle to be really, really lovely and beautiful, because we are also about to boil these and eat them. Let's see. Let's see your technique here. You got a lot of hands. Oh, yes, you did a good job. See, I felt like you were all swagger, but you actually have something to back it up, so. What? Oh, yeah, it's great. It's great. You did a nice job. I think that's good. I think you're going to improve as you move on.
We have a lot of dough up here. Does anyone else want to come and pinch some farfalle?
Anybody, everyone is welcome.
Okay, perfect. You can come down here, Andy.
Get in there. Did you hear the demonstration? What's your name, sir?
I'm Andy.
Andy, when's your birthday?
May 13th.
Do you like spankings?
Sure. Maybe in the right context.
Excellent. Andy, who enjoys spankings, is going to make farfalle with us.
Perfect, Cyrus.
So I literally just right here, I just like,
You're missing one finger
Okay,
that you
let
need
me
to,
show you.
Yeah.
yeah.
This, and then
it's
come
a
together.
three-finger.
Yep, it's a three-finger thing.
All right.
Yep.
All right, and here, I'll give you another tray, Andy. There you go. And so not only are you guys going to watch us demonstrate how to make this pasta, but we're actually going to be boiling it off right now and serving it with a delicious bolognese sauce that we made.
I
which is
tasted
back
it yesterday, and it is so,
So
good. And
good.
it is made with the Muir Glen tomatoes that are, like, unreal.
Delicious.
They are so good.
Yeah. So are you guys excited? And actually, what I want you guys to do when you're tasting the pasta is to think about, can you taste all of the different colors and flavors in these noodles?
Okay, guys, scoot down there for just a minute so that I can cut the rest of these, and then... Ladies, we need you. Come
Yep.
on up. We need help here. Come on. I need pinchers. I'm gonna grab some more water. Do you remember the technique? Do you need a demonstration, or you got it? Yep. Pull it away from its little buddies first.
These are
Make
clean,
some
right?
room.
Cleanish.
There, good. And then yes.
Okay,
Ooh,
great.
Yes, that's a good one. I always choose one favorite and I don't boil it because it's like so pretty, and I'll like wear it in my hair and. Yeah.
So Linda, do you have a favorite pasta that you like to make?
A favorite shape of
Shape
pasta?
of pasta.
God, it's so hard because I really truly love them all. I I think that farfalle is a great empowerment
Okay.
pasta because people generally don't get it right on their first time, but by their fifth pinch, they feel so vindicated because they got this.
Yep.
And so I do love to share farfalle with people, probably more than other pasta shapes. But nothing beats the runny egg yolk coming out of a raviolone either. I mean, it's so delicious.
Delicious. So tell us about some of the fun projects that you've been working on in the last couple of years. I think what's been amazing to kind of watch your career over the last couple of years is just to see all these amazing collaborations and
it's been really interesting, and it's one of those things that you would never wake up and think that you would get an email from Hoda and Kathy Lee asking you to make their faces out of pasta. But when it happens, you know, when you have the opportunity to put 2 flower handprints on Al Roker's behind wearing a suit, you know, you take it. So yeah, I've been able to share. My kind of life mission is to sort of spread joy, and I think food is a really great way to do that.
Yep.
And it's been lovely that I can do that through pasta, through this really delicious but also cool visual medium that just, I mean, people walk away from this having a little bit of bright light in their day.
Yep.
You know, I mean, like, look at this. We're coming together. It matches your. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. I feel like you need to wear one. I feel like we could use your necklace here
Thank you.
and like do a little something like this. Yeah. See? And now you have una farfalla. It'll be beautiful. It'll stay right there. I make pasta clothing sometimes. It only lasts for a little while. I actually had a representative reach out from New York Fashion Week to potentially do like
perfect.
a
Thank you.
pasta show. I was like, well, the models are going to have to be really comfortable with nudity because it's going to fall right off. But, yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I've seen that you've actually made clothing out of pasta.
And that's one of those
dresses.
things that, yeah, the chickens get to eat it after
Yeah,
that.
right.
I have thought, though, a really fun party would be to make clothing and then have like a hot tub, and then you all jump into the hot tub, the salty hot tub, and just everybody goes in with forks, you know, and you're like, hey, can I have a little bite of your bikini? So we are about to boil our pasta. Julie, did you salt our water? We'll do...
Sure. So we talked about the ingredients. Why don't we just, for anyone who's just joining, I'm Julie from the feedfeed, and I'm here with Linda from Salty Seattle, and we have just demonstrated how to make rainbow farfalle.
Yep.
We have some audience members who have come up to help us pinch the pasta
To
into
make our
this
beautiful butterflies, and
shape.
everybody is doing such a fantastic job.
So the ingredients in a pasta dough, just for anyone who just joined, can you repeat them for us,
All
Linda?
come from vegetables, herbs, and superfoods. So all of the colors you see here occur in the natural world. Red is beets, orange is harissa, yellow is turmeric, green is parsley, blue is butterfly pea flowers, and purple comes from a mixture of beet and blueberry. And you can see, sometimes people say, oh, pasta making, it's so hard and I can't do it. Well, we've literally got evidence here that, you know, you can be brand new to pasta and make something as beautiful as this. So it really is such a great, empowering activity to do with the entire family, with new friends. It brings people together.
Yep. So in addition to those great superfoods, we have eggs, we have flour, and water.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Yep.
So for those of you who cook and bake, you know that usually you also need salt in everything you do. And salt comes in with the pasta water. So, you know, one tip to salting your water is put in a lot of salt in your pasta water.
Put in a lot of salt. If you do read this book, you'll get a really good pro tip on how to salt your water. Because we're keeping this PG, I'll just tell you, salty like a mermaid's nipple. And that is something that you'll never forget. It goes a little bit deeper in the book, but we're not going to share that right now because we're grown-ups. So we did a lot. We did plenty of salt, and we're going to serve this with the bolognese.
Yes, which we have right here behind
perfect.
us.
Okay, then let's throw some in.
Okay, perfect.
You guys are going to get to taste this.
And fresh pasta, how long do we cook this for? It's not quite up to a boil, but it's almost there.
Because we just made it, we literally have to boil it for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Like, it's going to go so fast. And again, that's going to help us keep these beautiful, vibrant colors in the pasta.
Should I get a bowl so that we put it into a bowl, and then I can put it directly into these, or you want to go right in like we did yesterday?
We can do a bowl. Let's do a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for our water to come up to the boil, and at that point, you guys will get to taste our beautiful rainbow pasta. Let's see. And so Pasta Pretty Please contains 25 different colors of pasta dough, all made from vegetables, herbs, and superfoods. And then it goes into the techniques of how to make things like farfalle that we just did, fusilli, lasagnette. There's an entire chapter on dough that you can make without a pasta machine. For 25 years of my life, I made pasta with just a rolling pin. Once I turned 21, I would forego the rolling pin and just drink a bottle of wine and then use the bottle of wine to roll it out. So pasta really is a very forgiving thing. I'm a fan of like hotel room hacked pasta. I've tried to use an iron before to boil water and succeeded very tepidly. But yeah, pasta is one of those things. It actually originated thousands of years ago as a way to keep flour essentially preserved so that it didn't rot. They were like, oh, if we mix flour and water together and then dry it, we'll be able to go conquer Rome, you know. And so that is actually the origin of pasta. It's one of those things that you can make it from anything, and I often try to do that. Ha! I knew I was gonna get you. Boom. Okay. So I think we're about ready, right?
I think we're good.
I think we can do it. Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys are gonna get to taste the literal fruits of your labor here.
Pardon me?
The bolognese.
Oh, yeah. So we've developed at feedfeed several different recipes over the course of the last couple of months with our partners, Muir Glen, organic canned tomatoes. So we made a bolognese sauce today, and so it's beef, and they're diced tomatoes. We actually have a booth downstairs with Muir Glen, so I encourage you guys all to go there, explore the tomato forest, which is display of sculptures that we've created for the brand. And actually everyone can take home tomato sauce or any type of tomato product that you'd like from that booth. And also feel free to stop in at our feed booth over here. We have hats and tote bags.
They are the best tote bags on the planet. I use one as my purse currently, and like, people love it. People stop you in airports and are like, "Where did you get that bag?" Like,
actually, they're available for sale on our website.
And they're, I mean,
and they're great.
It's like exactly the right size.
Yep. And we have them in all colors now. We're doing rainbow tote bags.
Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I need to stock up. I need to get all the colors. The Muir Glen tomatoes, though, I feel like they rebranded the can, right?
Yes. Yeah, so if you are not familiar with this new can design, you are now. And this is what you should be looking for in the grocery store. These are delicious organic canned tomatoes grown in California.
And you'll taste it in the bolognese, but I mean, they're so good. I feel like their process, they really have it down, and they are fantastic. All right, so you saw that was what? 30 seconds, a minute tops, and we're ready to rock with this.
Okay, so I'm going to put a couple in each of these for you guys to taste.
We could probably do a couple in each because I think we boiled
made a lot today. We had a lot of
yeah.
audience volunteers.
We had some great helpers.
Can you have more than one? Let's see. Maybe.
Who asked for more than one? Because I feel like we have this skeptic here in the front row who thinks he doesn't like beets. So I'm going to make you speak into the mic when you tell everybody how delicious this is, because I know you're going to love it. Let me see. Can I help? Is there?
Yeah,
yes.
There's another spoon back there. So what do you guys think so far of Food Loves Tech? Have you guys been to
Everybody
Food
having
Loves
a great
Tech?
time?
This is your second, third year? First year. Awesome. Second year. We got a second.
Oh, you guys are old pros.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool brands. There's a lot of cool innovators here.
There's a lot of cool people.
And actually, if you don't know, there are panel discussions going on right across the way. I'm sure they gave you a map and also a schedule of those panel discussions. If you want to sit in and listen to any of them, everyone with a ticket is welcome to go over there. So I definitely encourage you to look at the schedule and see who's speaking throughout the day. We love participating in Food Loves Tech, and actually one thing that feedfeed is doing this year is all of the recipes that we have created for Muir Glen are going to be available next month on Google Home. So if you guys have a Google Home, or if you want to you have an iPhone, or actually any phone, you can download Google Assistant. You don't have to buy a smart-enabled speaker. And you can talk to it and say things like, I'm looking for a zucchini recipe, or what can I make with a marinara sauce? And Google will actually send really great recipes right to your phone, and a lot of those right now are from the feed.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Okay, so I'm going to top this with a little Parmesan cheese, Parmesan Reggiano.
Hey, do you guys have any questions out there in hyperspace land? Shout out to the internet trolls. to control my language. Oh, they know me. I think I did a good job, right, guys? It was like, we kept this PG. Oh, we don't have to clap yet. What do I deserve?
Okay, guys.
A big hug?
Faye's
You
gonna
guys
pass
deserve
this
flour
out.
on your faces. Okay, we don't want any. Can you throw flour at my face? I suppose. Only if we can all do it together. Can we all do it together? Can we do like just flour ourselves and get like a nice group photo?
Well,
Mostly me?
So we're actually doing cooking demos all day, and actually I see our next chef right in the back here, Winston Chu from Bombite. So make sure to stop by the feed Test Kitchen throughout the day for more fun demos and samples of everything that we are making up here on the stage. Let's see.
Perfect.
I can do this
Let's
one.
give
Chloe, go ahead.
Perfect.
Vance, stand back.
Make sure that you guys get some.
Yep.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us with this pasta demonstration. I hope it was a lovely way to start your morning.
Thanks, Linda. Thanks so much for joining us at
Thank
Food
you.
Loves Tech.
It was so much fun.